Hi, my name is Elise Gastinelli. I'm the Director of Education and Sales for Naturaverdepro. We're here today doing an underarm wax with Gold Flex hard wax. So I'm going to get started by prepping the skin, taking a look at my client's hair. Once I can determine if it's a fine, medium, or coarse hair type, that's generally when I'll pick my wax. I've chosen Gold Flex today because this particular hair type is gotten much softer and finer since this client has been waxing for many years. So Gold Flex will do a great job of removing those finer, shorter hairs, as well as some medium to coarser hair as well. So we're beginning our wax with the skin prep. It's extremely important to prep the skin prior to a wax. Skipping this step will actually cause the wax not to perform properly, especially under the arms. You want to make sure you're removing any sweat, dirt, debris, oils from the skin, and of course deodorant. So I am starting with our cleanse from Naturaverdepro. It is a completely organic micellar water base. So I will do literally one little pump on my cotton round here. I want to make sure that I remove all of those kind of dirt and oil and debris from this area. Our second step is Nourish. So Nourish contains organic oils like olive oil extract, jojoba oil. It's a little bit different in that it actually absorbs deeply into the skin. We use a pea size, especially under the arm. So we do this pre-wax because we want to hydrate the follicle, and when we hydrate the follicle, the hair will slip out with much more ease, and it's a lot more comfort for the client. Our next step is the actual wax. This is Gold Flex hard wax. It's one of our best sellers. Gold Flex is meant to be used on fine to medium hair, but if I'm being honest, it works on coarser hair as well. I personally love using Gold Flex for a face wax, lip wax, underarm wax. It works really, really well. So as you see me twirling here, the Gold Flex, I'm looking at my temperature. So it's funny when I say I'm looking at my temperature, but we're looking for texture. So we want a thick butter or a thick peanut butter consistency, and that tells us that the wax is at the proper temperature. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply the wax in one direction. This wax is multi-directional, which means I can apply it to the skin with the growth or against the growth. I like to keep my edges round. By keeping the edges round, it allows for less cleanup later on. The wax is a thin film, so when the wax is applied, you're applying it much differently than you would apply any other brand, which means you're saving at least 50% on your application on your wax. Wax sets up instantly. It's a low melt point. So it is really comfortable for the client. It does not need to be on a high heat, and it sets up within 3 seconds, which means it allows you to speed up your service. So once I can touch it comfortably without the wax sticking to my glove, I'm going to create a tab. I'm using a stick method here, and by applying my stick to the edge, I can create a tab. I'm going to take my thumb and my first finger, and I'm going to get very close to where the wax meets the skin, and I'm going to pull towards me and immediately apply counter pressure. By applying counter pressure, that takes that sting away from the client. I'm going to take the shiny side of the wax, okay? And I'm going to just pick up any excess, but as you can see, there's nothing left on the skin. And there is all of that hair. We can go back over the area in case you feel that you've missed anything, which we haven't, but I will show you that you can go over the skin again with hard wax, because as we know, hard wax is only adhering to the hair, not to the skin in the hair. So I will keep a tab, and as you can see, this wax is very pliable and elastic, and so it stays pliable and elastic without cracking. I will keep a tab because I could use this as another method. So I'm going to apply in the opposite direction. And again, this wax is multi-directional and a very thin film. And again, keeping those edges nice and round so that you do not have chips of wax to clean up later. So I'll take my shiny side of my tab and I will apply it to the edge. I'll press and roll to ensure that the wax is adhering properly and remove. And I can pick up any excess with the shiny side. There really wasn't much hair left on the skin. As you can see, it's a nice, clean, smooth surface. And our final step will be Soothe. Soothe contains aloe vera, shea butter, and olive oil extract. It's very cooling and hydrating. And I'll apply that to the skin as my last step for my underarm service. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I appreciate all of you and your feedback, and I will see you next time for our next video.